they don't care. They just ask where you come from. And because of the background of your parents, your grandparents, you cannot do anything. So the situation is really bad. So that's why we decided to do something, especially educate the country. So one night when I came back from work, I met with a friend, and he said, "There's a boat leaving tonight. Do you want to go?" And they said, "Count us in. We have seven people." And I ran home and I told my dad and my mom. I said, "Let's leave him because tonight there's a boat that's leaving the country tonight." And my dad, I remember, he said, "Where do we go?" I said, "I have no clue." And he said, "How?" I said, "Don't ask me. I don't know." But the situation was bad enough that we have only one choice. That we got to go. And you know that in those situations, we know that when we leave the house, the police will come and lock the house right away because in the communist countries, there are three families, those three watch over together. You know, everything you do, whatever you eat, even the neighbor, they got to report to the police. So we know that the minute we leave the house, they will take over, but we have no choice. So 7 o'clock, we show up at the beach, and it was dark. That's July 31st, 1978. And we saw a lot of people, and then lastly, the boat came. But the boat was small because I put my foot into the boat, and even with one foot, I can shake the boat. I mean, the boats are very small. And I look around and I say, "How many people?" And they say, 61. I said, "Yeah, how can we handle it?" You know, the friend who told me, who told to a lot of people. Who told to a lot of people. He was so excited, or maybe he was a good guy. He told everybody. So when he jumped into the boat, it's small enough that because I'm an adult, 21 years old, they put me in the bottom because they have 2 layers, and I put me in the bottom. And somebody just, they just sat on me. And imagine 3 days, 4 nights to Hong Kong. I could not even move. We have just a little enough water to survive. And they start throwing up on me, because you cannot go, you just throw up on them. And I have nobody to throw up on. And they do everything at one place because you have no move. Because it's so packed. So that's why we came to Hong Kong August 4. And the next day, very next day, there's a big typhoon in that area. And can you imagine you know how big is the boat? It's from here to the wall. And they have 2 ladies, 61 people in that boat. Can you imagine getting to Pacific? It's nothing. Million people disappeared from the city during 75 to 85. Millions of people disappeared because no one even found. So the next day we got together in the hotel room. And my dad, I remember, he said, "Son, now we're here. We kind of feel that we are very lucky. We are the luckiest people in the world. But I think that I'm the luckiest because I forgot to ask you how big is the boat." Because if I know how big is the boat, I don't want to go. So you see, so I took that lesson by heart. So that's why I applied to this business. Whenever I go out and talk about the company, they always ask me how big is the company. How many products you have? I said, forget it. Don't ask me how big is the boat. You want to change your life, just jump in. Do it. And I go after the people who are looking for a way out. I don't talk to people who want to learn how big is this company because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. A lot of people just will go after the big company and find something about the vehicle. How big is the vehicle? But they have to ask themselves, right? Is it even us here, we have to ask ourselves how bad we want to win in this business. So don't show the boat. Don't show the boat. Because you will attract people who are looking for the big boat. But I go after the people who really want to do something to change their life. Pick that person. Okay? Thank you. Hope you learned something from that lesson.